Go down to number 11. The Titans, who have all sorts of needs, could include quarterback, by the way. But I have them taking Paris Johnnson Jr., the left tackle out of Ohio State, who has, as you like to say, position flexibility if you need that. Why do you like this pick?
I liked it because I think he may be the purest left tackle. I mean, he played right guard in 2021. He went out there. He got better every week that you watched him on tape this year at Ohio State. He has more than enough athletic skill set to play outside at the left tackle position. I don't know if he'll be a Pro Bowler, but I think he'll be a solid starter. I think if he went to the Titans, he'd be a day one starter. You got Lewan, who they can probably and more likely are going to cut and save over $14 million in cap space. He's only played 20 games, I think, in the last 3 years. So it's a desperate need. And where you're picking, because I don't believe there's an offensive tackle that's a top 10. But where you're picking, I think you're getting great value. And the other question I would ask Tennessee is that, I think Skoronski from Northwestern is the best overall offensive lineman. The question is, can he play left tackle? We don't know his official arm length yet. We'll know that in a couple of weeks at the combine. But if you're satisfied with the arm length, would you go to, because you didn't have Skoronski off the board yet, I believe. This was the first offensive lineman you had coming off your pick. So if you think the Northwestern kid, Skoronski, cannot play left tackle, then you go with the left tackle. But I do think Skoronski's a better football player.
Well, I have Skoronski going 12th to the Texans. So they're neck and neck. And I do like Skoronski better as well. We'll see what happens with the arm length. When I talk to scouts, they say you prove you can play until you prove you can't play if you want to put him at left tackle. And you see Rashawn Slater went to Northwestern. Rashawn Slater had short arms. Rashawn Slater was a better athlete. But did you have any concerns about Rashawn Slater playing left tackle coming out?
No, we talked about the arm length too, but we didn't have concerns about it. We really liked Slater when he came out. Who was the left tackle up in New England, had short arms, Matt Light had a very productive career. I think he was out of Purdue when he came out, if I recall.
I think that's right.
So there are some guys that it's been kind of a bust, but New England took a short arm left tackle out of Georgia a couple years ago that's been hurt a lot.
Win.
Yeah. So there are guys that can go out there and play, and I think Skoronski's athletic enough to play left tackle, but some guys and some of these offensive line coaches are going to get so hung up on arm length that they may pass a better football player up just because of, which I think is ridiculous, but that's some of the ways that go. But I do know one of the stats that our analytics people came up with, if you have a left tackle that has less than 33-inch arm length, and let's say he runs a 4 or a 5.3 or slower in a 40-yard dash, at the time there were 6 guys taken in the first couple of rounds with those critical measurements, and none of them ever lived up to where they were drafted.
Interesting. And 5'3" doesn't mean anything on the surface because linemen aren't running sprints, but there's some correlation with some other athletic
correlation with all the other athletic measurements that they put into place.